one of my favorite scenes is the overdose scene.
Right.
Because of the innuendo that is used all the time, like, can I put this on my credit?
Right.
As he's dying in the carpet, would you like me to call you a taxi, sir?
Yeah.
And in fact, the joke was that they showed an ambulance speeding by, but they actually put him in the back of a cab and sent him to the hospital. Where the cab driver just dumps him out in front of the ER and leaves.
Right.
So, Renton lies in his bed and goes through severe withdrawal symptoms. He hallucinates Diane singing on the bed, representing his illicit intercourse with her, his friends giving him advice, and baby Dawn crawling on the ceiling.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
The heroin withdrawal is intercut with a bizarre imagined TV game show in which host Dale Winton asks Renton's parents questions about HIV. Renton is finally aroused from his nightmares and hallucination by his parents, who tell him he needs to get tested. And despite years of sharing syringes with other addicts, Renton tests negative.
So, though clean of heroin, Renton is nevertheless bored and depressed, feeling that his life has no purpose. He visits Tommy in his now dark, filthy flat. Tommy is now a full-on heroin addict and is HIV positive. On Diane's advice, Renton moves to London and starts a job as a property letting agent. He begins to enjoy his new life of sobriety and saves up money on the side while corresponding with Diane. His happiness is, again, short-lived, however.
Yeah, that's because Begbie commits an armed robbery with a replica, by the way. The indignancy of the thing I love about that is Begbie goes down to London and seeking a place to hide from the police because of an armed robbery.
Mm-hmm.
And Begbie's indignant. He's like, how could it be armed robbery with a replica?
Right?
Sick boy, who sees himself as a well-connected pimp and drug pusher, also shows up at Renton's doorstep. Renton's friends make his life miserable, stealing from him, sharing his bed, trashing his apartment, and even selling his rented television. Sick boy asks Renton if he'd like to sell his passport on the black market. With that, Renton places his passport in a train station locker for safekeeping. Seeking to rid himself of his freeloading friends, he puts them in a flat which he is responsible for, which they use their base to commit theft. When Renton's supervisor shows up to the flat, to the legitimate couple that may rent it, Sick Boy and Begbie are exposed to squatters, and Renton presumably loses his job. However, they soon learn of Tommy's death from toxoplasmosis and travel back to Edinburgh for his funeral.
Yes. So, back home, they meet Spud, who has been released from prison. Sick Boy suggests a profitable but dangerous heroin transaction with Mickey Forrester, and Sick Boy needs Renton's help to supply half of the initial 4,000 pounds needed to purchase Mikey's supply. Renton injects a dose of heroin to test purity. He promises himself a final hit on the bus back to London, but his strength and outlook on life keep him from becoming an addict again. He also mentions that he did it to annoy Begbie, who is nervous and twitchy. The four then sell the heroin to a dealer for 16,000 pounds, a tense but smooth transaction.
Yeah, that bus scene.
Mm-hmm.
Begbie is very, very, very nervous and lashes out at anything that moves.
Mm-hmm.
So, they go to a pub to celebrate the deal, discussing possible plans for the money. When Sick Boy goes to the men's room and Begbie gather on another round of drinks, Renton suggests that Spud should steal the money. Spud is too frightened of Begbie to consider it. Renton, however, believes that neither Sick Boy nor Begbie deserve the cash. Renton's opinion is the idea that sealed when Begbie attacks another patron who bumped him, causing a spill the beers he just picked up. He glasses the man and begins to kick furiously while drawing his knife. When Spud tries to pull it off him, Begbie slashes Spud's hand. Begbie challenges anyone else to take him on when no one else is willing.
Well, then early in the next morning at their hotel room, as the others sleep, Renton quietly takes the money. Spud sees him leave, but does not tell the others. Renton slips out, retrieves his passport, and leaves behind a single 2,000-pound bundle in its place. When Begbie awakens and realizes Renton has stolen the money, he destroys the hotel room in a violent rage, which attracts the police, presumably leading to his arrest.
Renton walks through London and vows to live a stable, traditional life to describe the beginning of the film. He does another round of choose life and so on and so forth. In the final scene, Spud finds the 2,000 pounds left for him by Renton so he can start a new, clean life.